students, myself Swati Thakre, your science teacher from Pratibha International School. How are you all students? I hope you all are fine and taking care against the coronavirus. So students, how's your study going on? I hope you are doing well. So students, what we have seen in the previous session, from the previous session we have revised the lesson number 1, 3, 11 and 4. So students, in today's session we are going to revise next lesson number. But before that I would like to ask you something about the submission. So student, as early as possible you have to submit your submission regarding notes, worksheet and assignment on the Google Drive. Okay, so you have to upload it on the Google Drive in JPG image form. Okay students, if you have any query regarding this uploading, then you can feel free to ask me. You can send me the mail also. Okay, so students, before starting today's session, first of all, tell me that whenever we eat the food, okay, whenever we eat the food, what actually happens to it? Which kind of food do you really like most? Some of the students like the pani puri. Some of the students like the pastries, cake. So each and every student have the different kind of choice about the food. Okay, so have you ever think about that whenever we eat the food, what happens to that food in our body exactly? So answer for this question are in our today's session. Okay, so anybody gets? So what is the lesson number of our today's session? Yes student? Yes. In today's session we are going to revise the lesson number 2, that is nutrition in animals. So shall we start student? So students, there are certain animals which depend upon the other plants and animals for their food requirement. This all of you know that. Okay, all of you know that we cannot prepare our food with ourselves, so that's why we depend upon the plants and other animals for our food requirement. So there are certain animals which have the different mode of taking the food. Just like we take the food with the help of our hand, it is kept in with our mouth. Okay, so we can feed our food with the help of our mouth. So there are certain animals also, they have the different mode of taking the food. So here are certain examples. See over here student. Snail eat the grass and the mode of feeding is chewing. Okay, ant eat the insects. Okay, so the mode of feeding is scraping. So just like this, suppose there is the mosquito, so the food of mosquito is the blood. Okay, so how it takes the blood? It suck that blood through our body. Okay, so sucking, it is the mode of feeding. So how we take food? We take food with our mouth. Okay, so these are the different ways of taking the food. Now feeding and digestion in the amoeba. See students, amoeba, it is the very most primitive organism. Okay, so it cannot prepare their food itself, but how they take their food? As they are unicellular, they possess the nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuole in it. Okay, but how they take the food? As their shape is like this, see over here student. So they have the false feet. They have false feet means pseudopodia. that is finger like projections are there, they are known as pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, podia means feet. Okay, so whenever there any kind of food, at that time amoeba projects out their these false feet, that is pseudopodia, and they can engulf or take that food inside it through these pseudopodia. After entering into the body, what will happen, student? That amoeba secretes certain enzymes which act on that food, and due to action of that enzyme, that food will get digested. Okay, here see over here, student. So after the digestion, the nutrients which are present in that food are getting absorbed. Okay, they are getting absorbed and assimilated in the body, or that food is assimilated in the vacuole. Okay, in the vacuole of the amoeba. Afterwards, the undigested food will get ejected through this process, that is egestion. Okay, this is simply about the mechanism of food taking in the amoeba and digestion in the amoeba. So what is nutrition in animals, students, or what is nutrition? So all of you know that plant make their food by the process of photosynthesis, but animals cannot make their food themselves. So animals from what get their food? Animals get their food from the plants, but some animals eat the plants directly, or there are certain animals which can eat the plant eating animals. Plant eating animals are get eat by the other animals. So that's why animals get their food from plants either directly or indirectly. Okay, so all of you know that all the organisms require food for survival and growth. So the requirement of nutrients, mode of intake of food, and its utilization. Okay, requirement of nutrients, what is the mode of take of food, and its utilization in the body, these are collectively known as the nutrition. All of you know that in case of animals, the nutrition is the complex process. So it involves the certain steps, that is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and the egestion. See here, this is the figure regarding this term: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Okay, so what are these terms? We just revised over here. See student, ingestion. Ingestion means the intake of food. See in this figure. Ingestion means the intake of food is called ingestion. So method of ingestion means taking of food. It is really varies from animal to other. Now the second one is the digestion. So the process of breaking down of complex component of food into the simpler substance is called digestion. Okay student, what is digestion? All of you know that the food which we eat, it is in the complex form. So the blood vessel which can absorb the nutrients from the food in the simpler form. So that complex form cannot be accepted by the blood vessel. So it should be broken down into the simpler forms, and then afterwards that blood vessel takes the nutrient in the simple form. Okay, so the process of digestion is different in humans. In case of grass eating animals, it is different. In case of amoeba, the digestion process is different. So it varies or depend on the animals. So next is the absorption. What is absorption? The process of passing of digested food into the blood vessel in the intestine, it is the absorption. So they can absorb the nutrients which are useful for the body. Next one is the assimilation, the conversion of absorbed food in complex substance such as proteins, vitamins required by the body, it's called assimilation. Okay, that absorbed food get converted into the substances like proteins, vitamins which are required by our body. So what is, in other words, assimilation? It is conversion of absorbed food into the living tissue. Okay, next one is the egestion. What is egestion? Removal of waste material from the body is called egestion. Okay, egestion, the name itself indicate that eject. Eject means to given out. So the removal of waste material from the body is called egestion. So the fecal matter is removed through the anus from time to time. Okay, so this is all about these steps. Now there are also different ways of food ingestion. This we have seen in the previous slide also. We are just taking revision over here. Suppose there is the hummingbird which can suck the nectar of plants. So how they get the food? They suck nectar. Okay, their food is nectar for the hummingbird. So they suck the nectar from the plants. Human beings use their hands to put food into their mouth and swallow the food after chewing. So this is about the human beings, how they can take their food. In case of infants of human and many other animals, how they get the food? They feed upon their mother's milk by sucking them. Okay, if there is a snake, what does he do for eating any kind of animals? The snake swallows the animals they prey upon without chewing them. Okay, a frog captures prey with its sticky tongue. So just like these other animals do, they can take their food in different ways. Now what is the digestion? See students, after taking the food is digested, and then after digestion it get passed to the different parts of the body for growth, repair and other vital functioning of the body, or the main important functions of the body, just like the circulation, blood circulation is there. Okay, inspiration, respiration is there. So for the most kind of functions, these food provide us the nutrients, energy, okay, so that our cells carry their work. So the food we take is primarily in the form of complex substance, but food in such complex form is not used as by the animals. Okay, just I have told you that the food which we eat, it is the complex one. So it is not as it is absorbed by our cells. So they need to be first broken down into the simpler soluble forms so that they can be absorbed by the cells of the body. So the process of breaking down of complex component of food into the simpler substances is called digestion. Okay, here I again repeat this definition. So the process of digestion is different in humans, grass eating animals, amoeba. Okay, so the enzymes which are secreted by over there, they help in the breakdown of complex molecules like the carbohydrate. As we eat the chapati possesses the carbohydrate. So whenever you eat that carbohydrate through the chapati, that carbohydrate will broke down into the simpler molecules by the action of certain enzymes. Okay, so just like you eat the soya beans. Okay, so what we get from the soya beans? Proteins. From milk, proteins. So that proteins should be broken down into the simpler one, amino acids. So here are the question which are depend on what we have seen in the previous slides. So what is ingestion, students? The intake of food is called ingestion. What is digestion? The breaking down of solid and complex food into the simple and soluble form is called digestion. What is absorption? The process of passing of digested food into the blood vessel in the intestine is called absorption. So what do you mean by the assimilation? See students, assimilation means the conversion of absorbed food into the in complex substances such as proteins, vitamins required by the body. This is about the assimilation. And what do you understand by the egestion? Yes students, what do you mean by the egestion? Removal of waste material from the body is nothing but the egestion from the anus. Now what are the steps of nutrition involved in animals? So we have just seen that step. Yes, anybody tell me what are the steps involved in the what are the steps of nutrition involved in animals? These are the ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and the egestion. Okay. What are pseudopodia, students? Pseudopodia are the false feet of amoeba, which are known as pseudopodia because it is the combination of word pseudo and podia. Pseudo means false and podus means feet. Okay, so it is the finger-like projection over there. Now, the human digestive system. See students, all of you know that the human digestive system is well developed. It consists of gut or the alimentary canal. Gut is also known as alimentary canal. So what is alimentary canal? The portion from the mouth to the anus, that whole connecting tube is nothing but the alimentary canal. Okay, so alimentary canal along with the associated digestive gland are known as, this is known as the digestive system. Okay, so what are the parts of the alimentary canal? Alimentary canal is divided into the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine and rectum. So here I want to give you the central idea about whenever we eat the food, that food will goes from mouth to the esophagus, from esophagus to stomach, from stomach to small intestine, from small intestine to large intestine, from large intestine to rectum, and from rectum to anus it will goes, and through anus it will gives out from the body. Okay, see over here this picture which shows these all the parts of the alimentary canal. Okay, so what is this mouth? The food is ingested through the mouth. Okay, just we have seen the ingestion term. The food is ingested through the mouth. The mouth contains, what mouth contains? Tongue, teeth and salivary gland. So what is the function of teeth over there? Teeth break the food into the smaller particles. This process is known as mastication, and the chewed food is mixed with the saliva. So saliva is a watery fluid which is secreted by the salivary glands. Okay, there are certain glands which are present at your mouth, so that gland secrete the saliva. Okay, that salivary gland secretes saliva which will mix with the chewed food. Now saliva contains a type of enzyme. So students, after mixing with saliva, what will happen? That food will become swallowed. Okay, now saliva contains a type of enzymes, that is the salivary amylase. Okay, it is the enzyme. Enzyme means these are the chemical substances which act on certain substance, so they after acting they can break that substances. Okay, so salivary amylase is the enzyme which is present in our saliva that converts the food which we eat into the small simple soluble substances. Okay, so here the digestion actually starts at our mouth. Now, okay, all of you students think that, some of the students also think that the digestion occurs in only the stomach. No students, this is wrong. Digestion starts at our mouth itself. Okay, now the next one is the teeth. So there are 4 kinds of teeth in the human beings. What are these? Incisor, canine, premolar and molar. So what is the function of each and every teeth and where they are actually located? See over here student. Incisors are the flat and chisel shaped teeth. See, what are these incisors? These are the flat and chisel shaped teeth. They lie in the front of the mouth. Okay, in the front area of the mouth they lie. There are 8 incisor teeth, 4 in the upper jaw and 4 in the lower jaw. So the incisor teeth are well adapted. So what is the function of incisor teeth? To cut and bite. Okay, cutting and biting of food items, it is the function of the incisor teeth. The next one function is teeth is canine. What are these canines? These are round shaped, sharp and pointed teeth. So the canines are well adapted to hold and tear the food. So what is the function of canines? They hold and tear the food. Okay, so there are 4 canines teeth found in the humans. So how many of the incisors are present at our mouth? There are 8 incisors. Okay, and how many of the canines? The canines are the 4 canines which are present in the humans. Now, what are these premolars and molars? There are 2 premolars on each side of each jaw. So, premolars helps in crushing and grinding the food. Okay, the main function of premolar is to crush and grind the food which we eat. So there are total 8 premolar teeth in the adult human. Now next one is the molars. So what are these molars? See over here where they actually situated. First one are the incisors, then afterwards, after to the incisor there are canine, then after to the canine there are premolars and then the molars. So what are these molars? These are 2 molars on both sides in both the jaws. Okay, they have almost a flat surface with small projections. These teeth are meant for fine grinding. Okay, their function is to grind also, but they are meant for the fine grinding of food. So there are total 12 molar teeth, including the wisdom teeth in an adult human. So 4 molar teeth are also called as wisdom teeth. Okay. So this is about the extra information about these wisdom teeth and enamel. So the next one is the food pipe or the esophagus. So students, from mouth that food will get to the esophagus. So what is this esophagus? See, the food pipe or the esophagus, both are the same. So food pipe starts from the neck region and runs until the chest area in the animals. So the food, when the chewed, move through the food pipe and reach to the stomach through this food pipe. Okay, reach to the stomach through this path. So the food moves in the downward direction. Okay, there is movement of esophagus that is known as the peristalsis, due to which that food will goes into the downward direction into the stomach. Okay, this is the structure of stomach, how it look like. Okay. Now, what is the stomach? See, it is the widest part of the alimentary canal. Okay, this how stomach is look like. Just we have seen over here. It is a bag-like structure, a flat U shape. So the stomach is connected with the food pipe and the small intestine. Okay, at one end, the stomach is connected to the esophagus. At other end, it is connected to the small intestine. Okay, now your food is entered into the stomach. So what will happen? The stomach's inner lining produces 3 things. Okay, the stomach is made up of 3 layers. Internally it has the 3 layers. So what does this 3 layer produces? See, the mucus. Okay, the mucus is produced by the stomach itself. So what is the function of that mucus? It protects the stomach lining. Okay, hydrochloric acid, it kills the bacteria which are present in the stomach and also the food which is entered into the stomach and activates the digestive juices. Okay, the most of important function of the mucus is whenever the hydrochloric acid is secreted, that as it is the acid, okay students, as it is the acid, it is concentrated one. So our stomach walls are does not affected by this due to the presence of mucus. Now the digestive juices, they help in digestion of the food by breaking down the proteins present in the food into the simpler ones. The next one is the small intestine. See students, after processing into the stomach, that food will goes into the small intestine. Small intestine is highly coiled structure. It is very much long in the length. That is, the length of small intestine is almost 7.5 meters. So the liver and the pancreas, okay, both releases the digestive juices into this small intestine. Okay, so the inner lining of intestine also secretes some juices, means small intestine also itself secreted some juices, but the digestive juices which are secreted by the liver and pancreas, they are come into the small intestine. The small intestine, what is the function of small intestine? They breaks the carbohydrate into the glucose, fats into the fatty acid and proteins into the amino acid. So what are these fatty acid, glucose, amino acid? These are the soluble forms of the food. As carbohydrate is complex, it will converted into the soluble form, that is the glucose. As fats are complex one, they get converted into the fatty acid. So fatty acids are soluble forms and so on. So what is liver, students? Liver is the gland. Okay, it is the largest gland of the human body. So all our body possesses the glands, but in that glands, out of that glands, the liver is the largest gland of the human body. It is a gland reddish brown in color. It secretes a digestive juice called bile juice. The bile juice is stored in the gallbladder and it secretes bile juice, okay, and that bile juice is stored into the gallbladder, okay. So the bile juice makes it possible for the body to digest the fat. So what is the function of bile juice? They can digest the fat which we have eat. Now the pancreas. What are these pancreas? It is a cream color gland which is present in the human body. Okay, students. So it secretes the pancreatic juices that helps in digestion of fats, carbohydrates and protein. Okay. So it secretes certain juices which also help in digestion of all these carbohydrate, fats and proteins. Now, so what actually occurs into the small intestine? Okay, student, small intestine there occurs the absorption of the digested food. But how it is occur, or how small intestine absorbs the food? Okay, what is the mechanism over there? See students, absorption means it is the process by which digested food enters the blood vessels of the small intestine. So the villi in the intestine. See students, the small intestine contains the small finger-like projection just like these. These are the villi. Okay, this is the enlarged picture of the villi. Okay, now the small intestine contains small finger-like structure called villi. They increase the surface area of the intestine and thereby increasing the amount of absorption. As the surface area of intestine increases, the absorption also getting increases. The digested food gets into the blood vessel through this villi. Okay, so the digested food, how these get into the blood vessel? Through this villi, and then reaches to our whole body. Now the large intestine. So from small intestine, the food will get into the large intestine. So any food that is left undigested, that pass through the small intestine and enters the large intestine. Okay, at any or each part of the human body there, or human digestive system, the digestion of food occurs into the simpler and simpler forms. So the undigested food which is present in the small intestine, that will goes into the large intestine. So large intestine, it is the wide tube-like structure. It is only 1.5 meter long. Small intestine is most long in case of length. Okay, so the main function of large intestine is to absorb the water and salts from the undigested food. So as there is undigested food, but that undigested food also contains the water, certain minerals, salt, so that can be absorbed by the large intestine, and the rest of the waste, after absorbing these, the undigested food then pass through the rectum. Now what will happen to the rectum? In rectum it is stored for days, and now the egestion is process which will occur by the anus. So the process by which that waste or the undigested food get out of the body through this anus. Okay. Now what are the questions are there? See students, how many types of teeth are found in human beings? Okay, so there are 4 types of teeth are found in the human beings. These are called incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Now, how many incisors are found in an adult? Yes students, there are 8 incisors, 4 in the lower jaw and 4 in the upper jaw which are found in an adult human. What is the function of incisors? Incisors are used to cut and bite the food. Okay, the function of incisor is cutting and biting the food. How many canines are found in the adult? There are 4 canines which are found in the adult. And what is the function of canines? Their function is to hold and tear the food. How many premolars are found in an adult? There are 8 premolars found. found in an adult humans. Okay. Now, what is a carnivorous animal and give two examples. See students, carnivorous means the animals which eat the other animals, not plant. The animals which eat the flesh of other animals are called as carnivorous, just like lion, tiger, okay, just like these. So, next question is, what is the function of digestive juice secreted by the liver? So, what is the main function of the digestive juice which is secreted by the liver? The main function of it is to break up the fats into the fatty acid. Okay, so the juice which is secreted by liver has the function of breakdown of fats into the fatty acid. Okay, into the tiny particles. Name the organ that make up the alimentary canal. So what are the organs which make up the alimentary canal or the parts of the alimentary canal? Yes, from mouth to the anus, the parts which are there, they are whole, make the alimentary canal. What are these? Mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine and the rectum. These all are the parts of alimentary canal. Name the four types of teeth. There are four types of teeth. What are these students? Yes, anybody? Incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Name the four compartments in a ruminant's stomach. Yes, what are these four compartments students? We have seen in the theory. What is these? Rumen, reticulum, omasum and abomasum. These all are the four compartments in the ruminant's stomach. Now choose the correct answer. 1. The movement of food through the alimentary canal is called by which of these terms? Yes, whenever the movement of food goes through the alimentary canal, what is that function? Locomotion, B. Peristalsis, C. Pumping or D. Sliding. So the most correct answer is peristalsis. Okay, the food goes through the alimentary canal by the peristalsis movement. The liver produces which of these enzymes? None of these enzyme is produced by the liver. Which of these is not a part of nutrition? Yes, digestion is the part of nutrition. B. Excretion, assimilation. Okay, assimilation, egestion, this we have seen. These are the part of, but excretion, it is not a part of digestion. So, the correct option is B. Excretion. Question number 4. Digestive juice is not secreted by which of these organs? Yes. Which of these organ does not secrete the digestive juice? Yes, students. Small intestine. Yes, small intestine secretes the digestive juice. Liver, stomach, esophagus. Which does not secretes the digestive juice? What is the answer for it, student? Sorry student, here the answer is D, esophagus, because esophagus does not secrete any kind of juice. Liver secretes the bile juice, stomach secretes the digestive enzyme, small intestine also secretes, but esophagus is not. So here the correct answer is esophagus, but by mistakenly here it is B. So please students ignore it. The option number D, option D, esophagus is the correct answer over here. Now, the walls of the large intestine absorb which of these? Yes, the main function of large intestine is to absorb the water only. Okay, so the proper answer is option D, water. Next, which of the following is not a part of the ruminant stomach? Yes, which of the following is not part of the ruminant stomach? So, students, see over here, ruminant stomach possesses reticulum, omasum, abomasum, but anus is not there. Okay, so the option B, anus is the main part of the ruminant stomach. Now the next question is over here. The question number 7. Bile is produced by which organ? Okay, students, think about it. How the bile is produced, or bile is produced by which organ? The option A is pancreas. Whether pancreas secrete the bile juice? No. Whether gallbladder secrete the bile juice? Obviously no. Stomach? No. So Where, from which organ this bile juice is secreted? Yes, the option C, liver is the correct one. Now match the following over here. See, in column A, these are the villi, hydrochloric acid, bile, absorption of water and mastication. So, what are these villi? What are the part of these villi? These are the part of the small intestine. So, the answer for the one is E. Second one is hydrochloric acid. So, what is hydrochloric acid? It is secreted by the stomach. So, the answer for 2 is D. Bile. What is bile? Bile is secreted by the liver. So the answer is liver. Absorption of water. What is the function of absorption of water, or which organ has the function of absorption of water? Large intestine. So for 4, the answer is A. Option A, large intestine. What is mastication? The mastication, it is the function for the mouth. So the correct one answer is option C, mouth. Okay students, now next one, the filling the blanks. See, the most of the enzymes in the small intestine comes from, yes, as the food goes into the small intestine from stomach. So most of the enzymes in the small intestine comes from, yes, the correct answer is stomach. Second one, the dash dash present on our tongue help us to taste the food. See students, with the help of our tongue we taste the food, but what actually the part of the tongue which is responsible for giving the taste of any kind of food? So the answer for this is the taste receptor. Okay, so the taste receptor present on our tongue help us to taste the food. Next, saliva is secreted in the mouth by, yes students, from what this saliva is secreted? Yes, the salivary gland. So the answer for these 3 is the salivary gland. Saliva is secreted in the mouth by salivary gland. Fourth one, living organism that cannot make their own food are called. Okay, so the living organisms which cannot make their own food, they depend on other plants and animals, they are known as heterotrophic organism. So the answer for this fourth one is the heterotrophic. See students, here it is the figure of digestive system of cow. Okay, it is the figure of digestive system of cow, that is the grass eating animal. In the first few slides we have seen the digestion which is occur in the primitive organism, that is amoeba. Then afterwards we have seen that about the digestion of humans. Now how the digestion really occurs in the animals like which eat the grasses. Okay, what will happen to that grass into the body of these animals? So students, see over here, rumen. It is a sac-like structure. Okay, there are 4 chambers which are present in the stomach of these grass-eating animals. The first one is the rumen. So what is rumen? It is the sac-like structure present between the food pipe and the small intestine in the grass-eating animals like cows and buffaloes. At first, the animals do not chew their food and instead swallow it. Okay, whenever they eat the food, at that time they do not chew and eat much that food. They directly swallow it. So, this partly digested food is stored into the rumen, into this chamber, that is rumen. Okay, now the curd, the partly digested food present in the rumen is called curd. What is that curd? The food which is partly digested and directly swallowed by the mouth goes into the rumen, that is the curd. What is rumination? The curd returns to the mouth in these animals. Okay, so that undigested food after some time enters or returns into the mouth of the animals and then they again chew it. So this is called as rumination process. The rumination process. So what are ruminants? The animals that swallow their food first and then chew it later on are called ruminants. So the grass eating animals can digest the cellulose while several other animals cannot. See students, cellulose, it is also the one product which we cannot, means the animals, human beings also cannot digest. If we eat the cellulose, then we cannot digest the cellulose. And these grass eating animals have the capacity to digest that kind of cellulose. Why? These animals have the different type of bacteria which is present in the stomach, which helps in digesting that cellulose. Okay, so that bacteria is not present in our stomach, so we cannot digest the cellulose. So we are unable to digest cellulose, but the grass eating or the ruminant animals have that capacity to digest the cellulose into the simpler ones. So here, see here, esophagus, then it is connected to the rumen, then to the small intestine. Now still here we have covered all the topics of this lesson. Now what is the assignment? The today's assignment is draw the diagram of human digestive system and draw neat and label diagram of the digestive system of the cow. In the digestive system of the cow, the notes which I have provided you, see over there what is the figure, and as per that figure you have to also draw. Okay, or you can also draw from the textbook. Just the figure of esophagus, stomach and the other chambers. Okay, do not draw the cow. Okay students, so here it is the worksheet which you have to solve. Okay students, you have to solve this worksheet at your own. So I will ask you later the answer for these questions. So thank you students. If you have any query regarding this video or any kind of topic, then you can feel free to ask me. This is my mail ID. Thank you.